What's up, guys, and welcome back to DanoSTR. I'm Dano, and we got another great listing to review this week. So this week, we're actually headed down south, somewhere a little bit warmer. It's cold outside right now. I want to see somewhere with a beach. But we also are going to check out a listing that holds up to 12 people. So we're going to be seeing what they do for bigger groups, see if we can learn anything from this listing, and see what we could see. We'll be headed to the Florida Keys, and I am excited to go. So with that being said, let's jump right in. Well, here we are, guys. We are in Tavernier, Florida, in the Florida Keys, and we are checking out Seascape Hideaway 2 suites with amazing views. I actually like that they do this. They have actually 2 different units in this building. Hopefully they're right next to each other, but they're renting them out together. I would assume they also rent them out individually. I actually do this with a few of my listings. I have a couple of duplexes where I'll rent out one side or the other side or both of them together. This opens you up to be able to rent it out to bigger groups or smaller groups. So I like the exposure, and it definitely does a great job. You can bring in a lot of money, especially with the bigger groups that will come in and book the entire place. So this one is one built for more people because it is renting out both of these places. Let's see how they did. So we're going to go through some nuts and bolts here. This place can hold up to 12 guests. It is 4 bedrooms. It has 6 beds. It is 2 baths. It is a new listing. They only have 1 review. We'll check that out. And this is hosted by RoomPicks. So when I first saw this, I wasn't exactly sure who RoomPicks was. So I did a little research, and they are just basically a third-party rental company that will rent out your listing for you and do all the different stuff for you. Basically, you just get to sit back and collect a check. And I always tell people to be careful with companies like that, because although it sounds great for you to just give them your listing, they manage everything, they do everything, all you got to do is get a check in the mail. A lot of times there are some shortfalls because you're just a number to them. There's no personal touch, which is what Airbnb guests will expect. So I always tell people you always got to pay attention at least a little bit, and you got to make sure you stay on that third party to make sure they're fixing any issues in a timely fashion. So with that being said, I didn't know much about RoomPicks, so I wanted to check out their host profile and see what they look like. And boom, oh boy. So this is a 4.18 rated host. Again, these are some of the issues you're going to get with third parties. And again, not saying they can't be used, but if you do use them, I would just make sure you pay attention to what's going on. You watch the reviews a little bit yourself and just make sure any issues are being resolved quickly. So hopefully your listing isn't one of the ones that are rated 4.18, because that is not good. Anyways, here we are back at the listing, and let's head into the description first. So we're going to check out the description, and there was a few things I've noted in here that kind of concern me. One, I do believe it's important at the beginning of the description to make sure your guests are aware that this is 2 separate units. I think they should make that extremely clear in the first line of the description. With my units that I do this with, I actually put it in the first line of the description, and I also put it in the first description of the first photo as well, just to make sure people understand that this isn't one big place that they're all going to be sharing. They're actually going to be staying next to each other or wherever they're staying. I don't know if these condos are next to each other, but basically I wish they were a little bit more clear about that. I do like how they describe out the spaces. I like how they make it a little bit cleaner. So they basically tell you this is what you're getting in each unit. So they say each 850 square foot 2-bedroom partial ocean view features. And they kind of bullet point it out, which is a lot easier to read than big paragraphs. I will be honest, guys, if you have big paragraphs upon paragraphs worth of stuff in your descriptions, most guests are not reading through those. However, they might pop in and check out those bullet points. So those bullet points are the most important part. I always recommend using some sort of bullet points or dashes to do this. Okay, they put a list of their amenities. Again, like it. Then they have a little note. Some amenities may not be functioning as advertised. Fine, that's a disclaimer. I did see one thing of concern in here. It said resort fee and cleaning fee are not included in the daily rate. A mandatory resort fee of $16 per night per unit plus tax and a cleaning fee of $105 per stay per unit. So again, I think they can get very confusing. One, this is 2 units. They should have just updated the description on this one to say $32 per night. And 2, they should have just updated the cleaning fee to be $350 per night, since this listing does include both units. I don't know why they're making people to do math here. The other thing that's concerning is you could include all these fees in your actual Airbnb platform. And I don't know if they're using a certain property management software that maybe doesn't allow them to, but if I booked something on Airbnb for a certain price and I didn't read this description, which again, I probably wouldn't get this far in a description, even me personally. If I showed up to stay there and someone came up to me asking for more money, I would be upset. I would be very upset. So I would try to make sure you put all your fees right in with your booking, with your listing. Figure out a way to do it. I do use a property management software. I use Guesty. If you want to check it out, there is an affiliate link below. It definitely helps me out, but I use Guesty. I think it's great, and the fees can get a little bit confusing in between channels, but for the most part, I make sure they're always embedded. I don't collect fees outside the listing unless it's something extremely unique. So I do everything right within the listing, right within my property management software, and make sure it's done. That is a big concern to me, and I can definitely see that frustrating guests when they show up. So that's the big takeaway from the description. I wouldn't hide fees in your description. They do have a few other fees in here for boat slip rentals and trailer parking. Those are actually fine because those are amenities no one would expect to come with their Airbnb anyway. So if you collect those after the fact, that's fine. But collecting your cleaning fees and some sort of resort fee, those should just be the resort fee. You should just embed into your nightly rates. And the cleaning fee should just be part of the Airbnb listing. Airbnb allows for cleaning fees. So I wouldn't do that. That's a big no-no. I don't know. I'm thrown off. That alone, if I saw that, would make me not want to book this place. Okay, anyways, let's get into the fun of it, the meat of it. Let's actually go check out the beach. It's cold here in the Northeast, so let's see some beach photos. So their first photo, their lead-off photo. I actually like this photo. It's a great photo. Shows a beautiful pool area, shows how close you are to the ocean. I like that a lot. Let's keep going on. You got a nice bedroom, ocean themed. It's got the blue walls, okay, and you know, it has a couple bottles of water on the bed. It looks well designed, you know, maybe a little bit bare, but well designed for a beachfront condo. It seems appropriate. Here we are, guys, in the kitchen. They got a little close-up of a little fruit bowl. I like that they're putting this in a picture, but I hope this isn't just for the picture itself. I hope they actually put out fresh fruit for you. So that is one thing I would try to stay away from. If you're gonna put things in your pictures that look like they'd be nice to have when guests show up, make sure you actually do that for the guest when they show up. You know, so if this fruit bowl actually isn't on the counter when I show up, it might be a little bit off-putting that why'd you put a picture of it like that. But anyways, I like it, and I hope they do that for guests. This is a beautiful, why am I drawing a blank here? What are these called? This is a beautiful little tiki hut, and right on the beach. I like this. Keep going. Got a little TV in there. Actually, I want to slide back to this picture really quick. So this is the living room from the other side, and I will say the walls are a little bit bare. Definitely could use some more decor in there. You also see they have another fruit bowl right in the middle of the coffee table, but the one on the counter is no longer there. So again, I hope these fruit bowls are actually there when guests show up. Otherwise, if they're just using it to make pictures look good, it's really not a good idea to use stuff to make pictures look good that guests may be expecting when they show up and then not have them be there. So you can use things to make your pictures look good, but you at least want those things to be there when the guest shows up. So anyways, we're gonna keep going on here. And we got a queen bed. Queen bed, again, very barren walls. Decor's no good, or there barely is any decor. You know, the beds look pretty comfortable, so I don't mind that. But obviously, wanna add some decor to these bedrooms, living rooms, things like that. So here we go again, another little picture where they got some flowers, 2 glasses of champagne, and some little cupcakes. I doubt this will be there when you show up, but if it is, that is great. That is great, but I wouldn't put this in a picture unless it's gonna be there when the guest shows up. So everything looks pretty good with these pictures. Kind of fast forward. We got the bathroom now. Okay, the bathroom looks pretty updated. I like it. And here's the pool area, a little bit close up. I like how they do that. They show the hot tub. That's awesome. And a nice picture of the ocean. Again, I don't know if this is the actual ocean view from the condo. I doubt it. It's probably some sort of a drone shot, and they probably should have put that in the description. And here's the boat slips that are available to rent. Here's the beach area. So for the most part, I like the rest of the pictures, just showing the resort and what it features and things like that. Little kids area, things like that. So one thing I did notice with their descriptions, if you notice as we're going through these pictures, they have at the bottom, they have picture descriptions, which is good. I like picture descriptions. Let's make sure we have those. But the picture descriptions, for the most part, do not tell you anything different than what you're seeing in the picture. So, these are tennis courts. They say tennis court. Then you got the on-site restaurant. It says on-site restaurant. Then we go back. You got the kayaks, oceanfront, playground, oceanfront. I mean, guys, if you're going to use descriptions, make sure they're saying something about the picture that you wouldn't be able to tell from the picture. So for example, I'll take this picture that we're looking at right now. You could say oceanfront with over 150 lawn chairs available for you and your group to relax. Let them know, hey, on a busy day, there's going to be plenty of lawn chairs for them. Things like that. We're going to keep going back here. Obviously, they have a lot of redundant pictures too. I take out some of these redundant ones. They call the swimming pool and hot tub just a swimming pool. I would let them know it's a hot tub. And kind of going back into their pictures, it's more important when you do it for your actual pictures. So like the kitchen. What's in the kitchen? Do you provide cups, spoons, knives, plates, flatware, cooking utensils, spices? What do you provide? What do you provide? Do you think I'm going to sit there and go through your entire listing for 45 minutes before I book? Probably not. But when I show up, if something that I expected to be there is not there, it may be an issue for me. So definitely, they just put unit with queen bed. They at least tell you the size of the bed, which I actually like. Spacious unit. I don't really know what that means. Again, in this picture, we're going to go back to this picture right here. I'd rather have them do something like describe out the size of the TV, or maybe some of the amenities they offer with the TV. Like, do they offer Netflix? Do they offer cable? Do they offer Hulu? So things like that is what I would put in my listing descriptions. As always, guys, I think this listing does a good job of some stuff, but obviously I think it definitely can improve. Being that it's one of these third-party managed listings, there's typically always some room for improvement here. So the third party, for example, is not going to buy extra furniture and extra decor for the host. So that is something that the owner would have to go do on their own front. And this is why I say the owners really should pay attention a little bit, because there are going to be other people who look at this listing who think the exact same things that I'm thinking here. And anyways, let me know if you agree or disagree with that. But that's kind of my overview on the listing here. Think it's a decent place to stay. Would I book this place? I don't know, maybe. If I was traveling with 12 people, it's really a good price for 12 people. So I may book there just for the value of that. But, if I wanted somewhere a little bit nicer with a little bit more amenities, I probably wouldn't book this place because I'm not exactly sure what they offer. So that is it, guys, for another listing review. We are about to take off from Tavernier, Florida in the Florida Keys. Let me know what you think about that one. Let me know what you think about that listing. Let me know if you disagree or agree with anything I said. And just a quick recap. There's some things I really like about the listing. I like the price. I like that they combine 2 units into one, offering it to more guests. I do not like that they will charge you fees when you show up after you've already paid Airbnb. I think that has to go. Definitely think they need some work on the decor inside, and I think they need to update their picture descriptions. But other than that, that's a good one to check it out. And let me know what you guys think below, and I will see you next time.